Okay, this is rhythmic analysis tutorial number 3 on exercise number 3. Um, that is posted in your assignments. Okay, as always, you're going to view this on your computer, but you are going to submit a rewritten copy to me, and it's going to look like this. Okay, I took a moment just to rewrite it before we go into our analysis for this video. Okay, so make sure that you are doing all 8 measures written out like this, just how I have it. Again, in like every tutorial video, I'm only going to do the first 2 measures for you. It is on you guys to complete those. There are other 6 measures. That's 3, excuse me. That's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 on your own. Okay, and then to be able to clap these rhythms just as I'm going to demonstrate here with these first 2 measures. Okay, so before we do that, we're going to review. Okay, as always, a quarter note looks like that. This is kind of like an oval with a stem, worth 1 beat. Now, here we have a single 8th note. It is worth half a beat. Each one of these is worth half a beat. So 2 of them would equal 1 of these. Okay? That is a whole beat, 1 whole beat. This is half a beat. 2 of those make 1 whole. Okay? Now, difference in characteristics and how they look. They both have solid ovals, and they both have stems, but the single 8th note has what we call a flag hanging off the back, or a tail hanging off the back of that, which is drawn like that. Okay, so if we go down here, it's the same rest. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't write in. This is an 8th rest. It kind of looks like the number 7 with kind of like a solid ball hanging off the front of it. And that is also worth a half of a beat. Okay, so quarter note, 1 beat. Single 8th note, worth half a beat, and then an 8th rest. Excuse me. Quarter note, 1 beat. Single 8th note, worth half a beat, and then 8th rest, worth half a beat of silence. So half a beat of sound. Right, sound. And then silence for rest, for the 8th rest. Okay? All right? So now we're going to go back up here. We're going to do our analysis for these 2 measures. Okay? If I'm looking here, I can see that this is a quarter note because it has the solid oval with the stem and no tail. So that takes up all of beat 1. So I write 1 C's, which means 1 count. Okay? All right? Or beat 1, the count of 1. Okay? This is beat 2, which is because it's also a quarter note. This takes up all of beat 2. Make sure you're going in order by count. Remember, we are in 4/4. Okay, 4 beats per measure. We count in order: 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and so forth. Okay, this is also a quarter note. That's on beat 3. Now we've come to what? That is an 8th rest. 8th rest. And we're going in order, so that's taking up all of beat 1, all of beat 2, all of beat 3. So this naturally, it's next in on line. It's worth half a beat, so it takes up the downbeat. Remember, downbeat comes first. Downbeat of 4, leaving this single 8th note. which is also half a beat of sound though, to come on the upbeat. Remember, downbeats come first, followed by an upbeat. Think of it like a basketball. If it's bouncing, it gotta hit the ground first in order to bounce and go up. So 4 and. Okay. All right. Now let's move on to measure 2. Okay. Again, we have a quarter note, which is on beat 1 because it's right first in the measure and it's 1 full beat of value. Okay. This is also a quarter note, and we're going in order of the count. That comes in on beat 2, 1 full beat. Here we have an upbeat, excuse me, I'm sorry, let me correct myself. An eighth rest that is on the downbeat. So we write our arrow pointing down, and it is on the downbeat of 3. So we write just the number 3 under there. And common sense would tell us that if this first half of the beat is on the downbeat of 3, this single eighth note, which is also half a beat, comes in on the upbeat of 3. So we just write and, the plus sign meaning and. Okay. All right. So we go forward to the next one. This is a eighth rest, and it's next. What's next in line? We've got 1 whole count, 2 whole count, 3 and. That brings us to the downbeat of 4 because that's half a beat of rest, and that again leaves this single eighth note on the upbeat. Okay. So you do all that you write in the rhythms for the rest of exercise 3, all of exercise 3. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bars. All right, so now that we have this down, we've analyzed this, we can go ahead and try to clap it. As always, I'm going to use my pencil to tap it out here on the screen so that you can see it. I'm going to count in eighth notes, so I'm going to be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, right? So I'm going to just start with the first one. All right, which is quarter notes. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, notice how I rested on the downbeat of 4. I'll do it again. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. I'm tapping on the end of 4. So if I took it at a faster time without counting, just for you to hear how it sounds like this. Right? I'll do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4 and. Okay? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. All right? Now, going on to measure 2. All right? 1, 2, I'm sorry. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. All right? These are 2 downbeats. This comes in on the upbeat. This comes in on the upbeat. You have 2 rests on downbeats. So it's going to be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. I'll do it again. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay? So just to let you know, get you to hear it without any count, it sounds like this. Sounds just like that. I'll do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so if I put them together, it's going to sound like this with the count. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and. I'll do it again. 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1. So I messed up, sorry. 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and. Okay? So without the count, it's going to sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and. Sounds just like that. I'll do it again. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and. 1, 2, 3. So let me start again. Sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do it again. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and. So again with the count. 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and. Okay? So you should be able to do this with the entire exercise once you have written it out, you've analyzed it, and then you clap it. Make sure you do it just like I did in this video where I'm just starting with this measure, being able to clap this measure completely and correctly. Then I move on to this one, do the same thing completely and correctly, okay? And then I add them together and be able to clap this entire 2 measures with no mistakes, completely and correctly counting, okay? And then I add number 3, and then add it to 1 and 2, and then number 4, and then add it to 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then I take 5 and add it to 1, 2, 3, 4, and so forth for the rest, okay? So I hope you got a lot out of this video, and please stay tuned for more tutorials on rhythmic analysis, okay? This has been exercise number 3.